leave Brittany alone, all that stuff. Anyway, I'm ready when you guys are.
Are you sure?
I don't even know what we're talking about. Say the notes.
Doesn't even matter.
Well, no, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, good. We'll just go.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm fucking excited, guys.
Recording is recording. I did the sound check already. I'm not going to send
Sound
out
check.
a tweet because that doesn't matter either because I'm not on Twitter.
Nope.
Ready? We're going live.
Let's do it.
In 3.
Is that good there?
Yeah, that's perfect. 2, 1.
Welcome to FuzzJockRadio.
I think we all lead in a different way. My main leadership style is going to lead by example, but I recognize now that I have to be able to grow as a leader, be able to be more vocal.
I caught a 10-pound bass at my in-laws' place in Valdosta, and yeah, you put me on a pond, and I'll outfish you for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're back. Kyle Farmer will outfish you no matter what. Even if you're a pro fisherman, Kyle Farmer will outfish you. Did you hear that,
He'll out-farm you, too.
Yeah, probably will out-farm you. Because
He'll out-Kyle you.
Do you think that Kyle Farmer was like his ancestors were a farmer, like their profession was farming? Or did farming exist during his ancestors' years? Do you know? You guys know that?
No, farming is new. They only invented that in the 20th century.
I think they were bug keepers.
Oh, like butterflies or gnats
And
or
just bugs, you know, they keep
mosquitoes.
in different
There's
places.
a lot of mosquitoes in Minnesota already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually took that as that he was good at, like, Nintendo. Like, he's good at Pro Bass Fisherman, the game.
Oh, you think so?
That's what I thought he meant, but...
He's been streaming with Trevor May, playing some Rapala.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what
That's
the
what I
Twins like whole home run thing is? Well, we can get to that later. You know, maybe we should do what we usually do first before. Like we
What do
really
we
kind of
usually
just
do?
jumped into it. Like, should we just keep going or should we?
All right, Kyle Farmer.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So
Kyle
let's
Farmer's
say hello and that we do a show, right?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do the regular, good old format, introduction, then body, and then the premise.
I don't know.
Kyle Farmer style, though.
I think it's time we upgrade to the 5-mat.
No outline?
Well, the 4-mat's been, played out, so it's time for the 5-mat.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, do you have the fifth mat?
Well, it's in the 5th element, so I just need to blow on it quick, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And
That's fire.
we just need to get all the mats in one room and be like, hey,
The 5th element is fire.
throw it on your Matthews, and then we're good to go.
Yeah. You can make iron with fire.
What?
I thought the 5th element was love.
No, that's the 2nd element.
You're thinking Captain Planet.
And then water is
right.
the first. Right? I don't. We're not an
Hello.
element podcast. We don't have.
Well, because don't- isn't it when
I
they
don't think you
kiss?
have a periodic table over there. Do you? Mm-hmm. C-Dubs. C-Dubs is all the way out in
Looking around.
California.
I got a lot of stuff down here. I might actually have one.
There's a chance there is no periodic tables in California whatsoever. We don't know because if that's true or not because C-Dubs
Wait a
can't
minute.
find one.
That's not. I'm not Florida.
Well, that's true. That's true. Florida probably
No,
doesn't
anyway,
have
sorry.
any.
Okay, so let's go back to the format. You're right. 5-mat's not working. Let's do the
I
format.
periodically go by the name of Jimez.
You do go by James. James, I think we're going to rewind really quick
No.
so we can get to the. Is
Did you ever do that?
Do you want to rewind? Rewind. We are FuzzJock Radio.
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in. My name is Fuzzy. I'm one of your hosts for tonight. James, over to my left. He could be to my left.
Oh, yes.
Are you to my left or my right?
I am the element of surprise.
James is the element of surprise. He could be on the left or my right. We're not really sure at the moment, or it could be in front of me or behind me. Element of surprises, and how are you?
So good.
Good. And then we have a host all the way out in California, and their name is
C-Dubs, but you
C-Dubs.
keep using this word host. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. We're gonna
What's
get
a
to that.
host?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to say I am surprised because nobody expects the James Inquisition, so that did surprise me as an element of surprise.
No one does.
Yeah.
Is it coming from
So
the left
and who
or the right
yeah.
of you?
So what are we doing?
Historically speaking.
I'm doing introductions right now.
Oh, right. We're doing a radio show, aren't we?
Yeah. And on this podcast, It's also a podcast. It's not
That's right.
just a radio show. It is a radio show
Multifaceted.
on Monday nights at 10:30 p.m. if you want to catch us live, which is what is happening right now for us. But for you listening to it on the podcast, it's not live
Might not even be objective reality, so who knows? Let's go on.
or humor.
What?
But we don't call ourselves Hess. We call ourselves Hess. And I was just, and we're just gonna keep going. How was your week this last week, Jameis? How you been? What's going on? Let's just move on. I don't want to keep on talking here because I'm kind of like flowing down a river without a paddle. Yeah.
Well, I've been playing the Nintendo.
You got your fishing pole?
I've been playing the Nintendo.
Okay.
And I've been playing the Nintendo and doing a little dadding.
And a lot of any specific game there? Did we talk about Zelda last week?
Oh yeah, everyone is.
Yeah. Okay. So
No, everyone's playing. No one's talking about Zelda because there's no spoilers.
no spoilers.
Yeah, but no, literally everyone right now is playing Zelda.
And
Like
are they saying good things or bad things about it?
all the best things.
You can't talk about it, but they could at least be saying something, right?
Yeah, they're saying it's like a classic on the scale of Homer's Odyssey, really. Just like if God took the form of a video game. Yeah, I think that's basically what they've been saying.
Okay.
So,
It's really
That
hard.
makes sense that it would be a game called Zelda.
but like here I am, I'm just playing Melee.
Oh,
What? Are you doing
No,
some,
I'm
joking.
just joking.
are you doing some ranks?
I'm just joking.
Okay. So good. That sounds good.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lot
it sounds
of fun.
like a good-
It's a lot
good
of
week.
fun. My son really enjoys it too, and so it's been a blast.
That's good. C-Dubs, how's your week been since the last we've spoken?
it's been really good. I got a karaoke machine.
Oh,
that is very fancy schmancy, and it's like more than a karaoke machine. But anyway,
You like singing
I
and
went to-
dancing around.
So much more than a karaoke.
yes. Oh, I
machine.
love dancing around with it. But I turned it on last night to be like, oh, I'll just do this for an hour, and then I did that for like 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Without and I didn't even realize that time had gone by until I was shocked by it.
That sounds like you've been really enjoying it.
Did you keep
Oh,
turning
I
it on
love it.
every hour? Like, I'm gonna do this on for an hour, and then an hour goes by. I'm gonna turn this on for, and you did that 4 times.
Yeah, I
Or you
just kept
just
doing
let-
Albuquerque over and over.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring up too. So since last week, and we talked about a lot about this thing Zelda. I don't know if we've brought it up yet.
Yeah.
I watched a video on my favorite Zelda, which is Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
And found out that wasn't supposed to exist, and that's why it's so good and considered one of the greatest of all time.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to expound on why it wasn't?
I do just quickly.
Do we want to?
So they-
maybe we can put that in the other topics here.
I don't want to pin on it though.
Can we put a
I
pin
don't
in
want to
it?
ruin it.
Can we put a pin in it because we're just doing an introduction?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Let's do the pin in it.
Okay.
Because then I can talk about it more if we do it later.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I want to talk more
It'll
now.
Put a little perforated hole in it, but that's okay.
I want to talk now.
You want to talk about
You
it
want to
now?
know what my favorite thing about
But-
Zelda is?
But like,
That I
let's
just thought
put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Pin it up to the
it.
board.
Putting the pin in the topic, and then we're gonna.
I need to get
wait
to
until we actually
me
talk
at
to
some
you.
point,
Yeah,
right?
we gotta
Oh,
get
yeah.
to
There has to be a pin in it. Put a pin in it. Okay, so we'll just put the C-Dubs and Jameis talking about Zelda.
What's the Legend of Fuzzy up
pin
to?
in it for the moment until later in the
Yes.
in the episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me,
Yes.
this last week,
Yes.
oh man, there's this new game. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I don't know if we've talked about it yet, but it's called Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. It's on the Switch. It's really good, and I've been telling people. No spoilers, of course, but I've been telling people that if they don't have a Nintendo Switch, they should go buy one to play this game. And if they didn't have a Nintendo Switch in the first place, they probably haven't played the first Zelda, so they probably should play that one first and then play Tears of the Kingdom. And it's been a wild week of just playing Zelda all week long.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Dude,
wait a
did you
minute.
hear the news?
Let's just put
They Minnesota legendized Zelda for adult recreational use.
Yep. Yes, they did.
Everybody,
So it sounds like we're all
here,
having the kind of the same.
everybody here is so recreationally using Zelda.
We're all having the same week. So,
And it's our
fun.
strength that we're all having the same week.
do we want to move on and get into the topics so we can start talking about things?
Yeah,
Instead
like
We
of
should
just,
probably do
like,
some
our life?
sporting.
Like
'Cause,
all the sports that you do in Zelda. Let's get onto that.
From what I understand is that the FuzzJockers listened for the sports commentary, not the life.
I thought they listened to the updates on our life.
I'm joking. I don't.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is what
Okay, so
This is the part where they actually tune out. when
We
talk
don't-
about
Sports roulette.
sports.
we don't have the sports roulette sound yet.
Boo.
It is
Come on, blind
coming. The blind refs are busy.
That's true. I do know
don't push
they've got a lot of lives.
So what we'll do
Zelda.
is we'll randomly go into a topic. Ready? I'm closing my eyes and pushing a button. You guys ready to go to
believe
other sports? Ping pong, for sure.
Is pickleball skiing?
What is the highest level of car racing called?
Curling.
Other sports? Acro yoga?
Agro yoga?
Acro, like acrobatic.
It is a fusion of tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
What sport starts with a tip-off?
Basketball.
Nope, incorrect. Other sports.
It's a very social game.
Fight each other to the death.
Like NFTs or something.
You have to hit the ball.
Other sports topics.
So are there multiple major leagues?
I went to a soccer game in Dallas, in Paris, in California, in England.
Go up to a soccer game and be in the supporter section.
Teach them how to play pickleball.
Why not?
Free lessons when I come up.
How many clubs can a golfer have in their bag?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Might as well tune out now because I don't have another sports button yet. Okay, other sports topics. Which, if we want to consider Zelda another sport, which I believe you can because there's horses
And fishing.
and fishing. I mean,
And there's
no spoilers
games inside of
no
the
spoilers. No spoilers.
Link's Awakening.
They got bow and arrow, so you could probably like shoot a tree.
Archery.
You know, that's kind of a sport. But like playing the game of Zelda is also a sport. How's it going, guys? What? I don't know
So
how.
I
other
wanted to-
sports.
I don't know how we got that so
That's amazing.
randomly, but it's
That's
pretty
because
cool.
it wants me to keep talking about Link's Awakening. So
Yeah.
anyway, I want to bring this up.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I was curious if there is fishing in the new Zelda because Zelda commonly has a fishing mechanic in each game,
Yeah.
which started in Link's Awakening.
Yeah, that was the first one where you get
was the
a
first
fishing
one.
pole and has a little fishing mini game in that one.
Yep.
Have
And
all of
so
them had it since?
No.
most?
Most of them do, and I believe even like even all the ones up until Breath of the Wild, he had a fishing pole.
Did
But
Breath of the Wild have fishing pole?
there's no fishing pole, but there's a lot of fish. You have means to scavenge and gather them.
Okay.
So, just not with a fishing pole per se,
Interesting.
but yeah.
Interesting.
So one of the reasons that there is fishing in Link's Awakening to begin with is because I found out I watched a whole little documentary on my favorite game. So they originally finished the second Zelda and they had no plans to make another one. And the team who'd made it saw that they were creating a new system called the Game Boy.
Okay.
And so a few of them were moving on to that project to do some stuff. And so they were just messing around trying to get some, mechanics going for it. And someone started with Zelda style characters in the game. And thus another developer noticed and was like, hey, I want to help do this. Let's actually make a Zelda. Brought up the idea. They said, oh, no, we don't need to make another Zelda. Don't do that. Stop. And they didn't listen.
Nice.
They kept making a Zelda game. And because no one knew they were doing it, they kept doing really cool stuff with it, developing ideas. No one was ever being shot down. The idea that you can combine weapons was shot down numerous times before
You
this.
can do that in Link's Awakening.
They was the first game they did that in because, again, no one was overwatching them. So they added that in the game.
Interesting.
They basically completed the game, brought it up, and they said, oh, yeah, this is great. Let's put some finishing touches on it and release it. So that's why that is a labor of love. The music is so good. the elements of the game are so weird. There's so many chances taken on it is because they weren't supposed to make it.
They were doing that.
It was an indie game.
It was basically a passion project. They just loved it. They wanted to do something cool, and they fucking did.
That is.
And now look where we at. Look where Zelda has gone because of that fucking game.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so I found that out and was like, no wonder why this is my favorite one.
Yeah, that's tight.
I like that.
That game was completely made incognito.
Yeah. Like the guy who actually ran the Zelda project was one of the last people involved, and it was pretty much near the end of the project.
You know, I've heard of other games that have happened, that kind of same story has happened too, and they end up being pretty good games as well.
Yeah, and movies too. Like any project that's allowed to just have love happen with it and not corporate bullcrap usually comes out the best.
Like that first Deadpool.
Yeah, or even Guardians of the Galaxy, the original.
Or I hear the Guardians of the Galaxy, the most recent one, I hear is really good. But it's already a franchise, so it's different.
You know what I like about Zelda?
What do you like about Zelda?
Is that Robin Williams liked Zelda so much they named his kid Zelda.
Yes, his daughter Zelda is named after the game.
Yeah,
that is correct.
And
because he fucking
play
loved
that all
game.
the time. Yeah,
it's a great game.
And he's smart, so like that means it's the best game.
One more factoid on Robin Williams. Did you know he made them hire homeless people on all the projects he worked on? It was in his rider.
Nice.
He's
a smart guy.
Awesome?
I mean, he likes Zelda.
Hundreds of homeless people got jobs because of him.
Dude.
So give props to Robin Williams. Rest in peace. You're a legend.
Dude is so cool.
Yep. Total badass.
I want to collect all of his movies.
I want to collect all of his cards.
Yeah.
I got a Robin Williams rookie card.
Yeah, dude, we need Robin Williams rookie card.
It's him as Mork.
We are a sports podcast. Right?
Dude, you remember sports?
Another sport, in the other sports topics is probably like government. Like, is that kind of like a other sports topic thing?
That's a combat sport.
The recreational cannabis in Minnesota is going to be signed by Walls next Tuesday. It sounds like by him and Jesse Ventura are going to have a party next Tuesday.
Oh, hell yeah.
From the top rope.
So they're going to
that
be.
That guy's always coming off from the top rope.
They're going to be celebrating.
He used to be a wrestler
together. Instead of just signing it today and just getting it done with, they're just going to have a party a week later. That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Well, I got one more other sport.
Yeah.
The Masters was on Sunday.
Okay.
And
other sport.
Not the ripoff of.
Well, I don't know if golf's really a sport. No, just kidding.
Yeah, not really.
A guy hit a hole in fucking one from a drive. Like he
the
drove
hole
a ball.
Was fucking at the moment when he hit it in.
Did you? Well, did you see it?
Well, think of it this way. What do you think of
or
when you hear hole in one? Like, what's a traditional hole in one?
I hear from tee to ball going into the hole.
Okay.
But you mean from like the tee to green to rolling into the thing, right?
Yeah, but
that's
like,
commonly a hole in one, right?
A perfect hole in one would be from tee and then swish into the cup.
Yeah.
That's a perfect
and that's
hole
what you're talking about. Okay.
That's what he did.
That's
he
what
dunked
he
it.
did?
He dunked the fucking ball, and he didn't know he did it at first.
No, he swished it.
No one's ever done that.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. He swished it.
If we want
to do an NBA, I would assume so.
It's funny you say that because I actually took that from an article I read where the headline was "Dunked it," and I realized as you said, I'm like, oh yeah, that's wrong. So the news article got its own fucking sports thing wrong. Take that, ESPN.
Well,
they're not sports people like us.
They should probably check on that because their AI is probably not writing correctly.
But that guy who did it is not a major golfer. Like he's not one of the top known guys.
Was he like a Happy Gilmore?
It made him. Yeah, I was happy.
It's actually
but it hit him. That hole in one advanced him so high in the rankings that he made more money from that game or that round, whatever tournament of golf, than he'd made in his entire career. From what I heard, because that's how high it advanced him because he got the hole in one. It bounced him so high up the rankings. He made a ton of money because he was like top 20 or top 15 or something instead of being like in the lower chunk.
Well, good for him.
Dude,
yeah, I think that's
awesome.
fucking amazing.
He literally became the most successful golf player in one stroke.
That's like the kid throwing a full court basketball and swishing it. That's the analogy that the ESPN should have used, not dunk
Yeah,
it.
that would have been better.
But
I also, in other sports as well, everyone's been talking about White Man Can't Jump because there's a remake coming out.
well, that's NBA. We could.
One more. I just got one last
okay.
thing. So this isn't NBA. So
Oh,
a
okay.
guy who's just a regular old guy. He actually kind of looks like Star Wars kid from the meme of the guy on the swishing the lightsaber around.
Yep, that guy. Yeah, I remember.
There's a
that
video going around right now of this guy. He's like the greatest street basketball player of all. He does behind the back bounces. He looks like LeBron, but he's a big, huge, fat white guy. Like, he's amazing.
Huh.
He's like, dude, I've been showing everyone. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
You haven't showed
He proves
us.
that it's anyone.
Have you
can
seen
play.
it?
No,
I haven't shown it to you guys yet.
Yeah, so you can't say everybody.
That's well.
Wow.
I showed it to like
Wait a
20
minute.
people at work.
Back up, Fuzz.
Okay.
Stop correcting people. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
I will make the one
So I
correction.
guess white men
though.
can jump.
What's your
Well, it's
correction?
the thing is that it should be called white men can't jump well,
That's true.
right?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
point you're
that's
getting at.
and that's more. I think that's more
Like-
grammatically correct.
They have
You know.
jumping ability, but it's not good. This is what they're saying.
They're saying they don't have the feather yet.
At least they didn't say more fun.
It's
or funner. Like, did you have more fun? Do you have a lot of more funner? Are you having fun yet? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
We
here.
having fun yet?
Yes,
Next
I think
sport.
so. Are we going to the next sport,
I go to
Let's
all
do
the
it.
sports.
or should we go to?
Whoa.
No, we can't
Whoa.
go there yet. No. Wait a
We're
minute.
like a half
wait
hour
minute.
early on that.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Are you ready for some
What is-
football?
Football news.
Dude, everyone be playing football these days. You see them?
All the football.
The NFL has not started yet. The draft has already passed.
Correct.
So currently,
It was a good draft. It was a draft for the ages, if you could say that.
is the next step before the season spring training? Is that the next thing we're waiting for the NFL?
It would be OTAs, organized team activities, which starts in early June.
Activities.
And then
What do they do in an
what's it
organized
called?
team activity?
Right, and then
No. What
preach-
do
What
they-
is it?
It
What
sound
do they
like the
do?
reserves, like they're hanging out and eating rations.
Yeah. Well, what's the organized
It's,
team activity? What does that mean?
It's more like, instead of being practice, it's you get the team together and kind of teach them the playbook. It's more, a lot of veterans don't go to it anymore.
Okay.
It's more like for the new guys. They show you, like, this is how we work. This is the process we go through. Here's the playbook. Here's what we expect of you. Here's our mantra for the season. It's stuff like that.
Do they
Doing
like
trust falls, and at the end of the week they have a nice bonfire and sing songs.
Yeah. Like they go to a big, like a cabin on a lake and hang out,
Yeah.
like for a week type of thing.
Yeah, because it's in Minnesota.
Go rafting together.
Yeah. Maybe Kyle Farmer might show up in a boat with the fishing rod to show them how to fish.
Show them how to Kyle.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
There is the USFL going on, and
Okay.
from what I've read, their ratings are worse than the XFL.
Why'd they
No,
do
their
that?
ratings
They
weren't
should
good
get
either.
better ratings.
Yeah, that's
You
just
think
too much
you know,
football. Too
they
much
should get better
There's too much
ratings if they
football.
want people to watch. Like, right?
If
you want people to watch, get better ratings,
Stop having so
man.
much football.
Like, I'll watch that if they
pretty
can. They should
much.
have better ratings.
We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. I
like this jingle.
for the
Buzz question of the week.
Well, this is when I ask the Hess a question, and then they answer their question. They answer the question, and then we move past.
Answer
we move
so many
on.
questions.
We don't explain the reason why they think the way they do about the
extrapolation.
question that I'm going to ask. We just we'll just move on. And the fuzz question of the week this week, guys, is: do you think professional football is in dire straits if they can't have more than one professional league or whatever you call it? Does that make sense? Is that a good question? Is that a you guys?
How many
I think
questions
it's a
you
good
asking?
question.
Okay,
Yeah, how many questions of the week are we have right now?
just the one
Okay.
Okay.
from
So which of those questions do I answer?
the question of the week is.
And now that's a question.
Is the professional football in dire straits if they cannot have another professional team exceed. C-dubs.
Yes.
Jameis.
No.
And that was our
Buzz question of the week.
And moving on, or do we have more? Do we have more football news? Because otherwise, I want to move on.
Moving on.
You have to rock to be in the dire straits. Honestly.
FuzzJockRadio.
The NBA theme, here's an idea. It goes like this.
FuzzJockRadio.
So the NBA Finals is happening. The Lakers have lost the playoffs.
They're eliminated.
The old Timberwolves also lost the playoffs. The old Timberwolves. You know, and
Timberwolves light?
Yeah, Timberwolves light.
That's diminutive, but yeah, the Timberwolves, the other Timberwolves.
And I have a speculation of why the Lakers lost.
Speculate then.
You guys ready? Mm-hmm. You ready to see it up for this?
Put on your speculatacles.
They wanted to win as the old Timberwolves, because all the players on the Lakers are basically old Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Want to win their first championship with Karl Anthony Towns, and they can't do that this year. They have to wait until next year when Karl leaves the Timberwolves and goes to the Lakers,
to the old Timberwolves. He's got to join his old Timberwolves.
What do you think about that, guys? Because there's been a lot of rumors coming up lately of a Towns trade. It's like the perfect timing for it to happen for his career and where the Timberwolves are at with him, and then how history has usually repeats itself and has happened with Garnett and others in Minnesota.
Love.
And Kevin Love. Oh, Kevin Love's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know he's in the
Wiggins.
playoffs? Kevin Love's in the playoffs.
Yeah, there's still another Wolves team out there.
Yeah, all of the Wolves
Heat.
teams are winning.
Butler and Kevin Love. So, I mean, I don't want it to happen by any means, but we kind of called it with D'Lo.
I think you might be onto something there because, like in this game tonight,
kind of called it with their eyes.
Yeah. Who's the current leading NL batter? Anyway, LeBron put on one of the shows of a century tonight. He played almost every minute of the first half.
Oh yeah,
and put up like 31 points in the first half, and it was the rest of the Lakers, aka D'Lo, Vanderbilt,
the old Wolves,
who didn't turn out. So maybe they were exactly doing that. They're like, LeBron, listen, I know you're putting it out there, but we're gonna hold back.
Yeah, I mean,
conspiracy.
Why not? They want to get it with Towns, and Towns deserves it.
How do you have an NBA team without the Wolves? Any Wolves in your team? Like, it's impossible by now.
Yeah, by now.
Like, this was the true
players.
Timberwolves tactic, is to just permeate the league. So basically, the Timberwolves always are winning.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So they're all
a bunch of Agent Smiths out there.
So we're winners. So Minnesota is always a winner. Good
Exactly,
job.
dude.
Good job, guys. I like that a lot.
Minnesota always wins at NBA.
Yeah, that's
literally
the way to go. The Lynx don't need that to win. They win championships, and the Lynx schedule is out. Have they started games yet, C-Dubs?
Yeah, the season started this week.
That's the news. Is that the season started this week?
You knew that.
Yeah, I did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did. I mean, that's why I got the soundbite from one of our players.
I heard that.
So.
Yep. They actually had a bunch of their games nationally televised for the first week of the season, which is they had more than they normally do. And I heard on people talking about why isn't it doing better? And all the journalists their answer was because they won't let us talk to people in the locker room. And I don't think that's the answer.
No, that's not the answer. No, it's because you don't advertise it. You don't let people know when the games are.
Yep. You only talk about it to criticize it, and then don't talk about it after.
Yeah. When do you
They
ever
didn't talk
hear-
about how the games
do
went.
you ever
They talked about why isn't it popular. They argued because we don't get to talk to them,
on main
and then didn't talk about it.
on main ESPN or sports channels? Do you ever hear them talk about the WNBA and if they're going to?
They just want to be
and if
mean.
they do, in positive light.
No, they're big
Nope.
meanies. Right?
They don't talk about. This is my biggest critique of all sports media.
And that's why
They don't talk about WNBA at all unless it's in a negative light or it doesn't have to do with the games. And they
that's-
refuse to talk about hockey unless it's the Stanley Cup playoffs, and even then they barely do.
And that's where
Gee, I wonder why they're the two least popular leagues.
and that's where we differ. That's where we differ. Too bad
Yep.
more people don't listen to us.
Dude, everyone needs to.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
if
This is Premier Sports.
hey,
listening.
FuzzJockers,
If you want, I mean, if
If you
you
ca-
want to claim to be a sports person,
if you care about the WNBA, let people know they should listen to FuzzJockRadio.
yeah.
Is that okay? I don't know if it's okay for me to say that. I don't really
Yes,
like that. I don't want
it
to
is.
use people's other stuff for our benefit.
Dude,
you know?
imagine calling yourself a sportsman when you don't listen to this podcast. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Who does that? Couldn't be me.
The Nuggets are in the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Yeah. Oh, that's the first time ever.
First time ever reaching a finals. There was a couple other records they broke too. I can't think of what they are.
Is
Or like
that-
first times for them. It was their. I think it was their first time sweeping a team.
Is that
and a
the-
few other things.
Is that the team that Wiggins is on?
No,
No,
that's
that's
the
the
Warriors.
Oh. Are the
But,
Warriors
yeah,
still
the
in?
Nuggets are the ones we lost to in
yeah.
the
Yeah.
first round.
They've been tearing it up.
Oh
Good
yeah,
job. Good job.
Jokic has had. They've played.
Oh yeah,
I think
They've been so good. So
they've
good.
played 11 games, I think, in the playoffs. He has 8 triple doubles.
That's a lot.
That's a ton, dude.
So
How
eight-
the fuck?
So triple doubles.
He wants to be the guy.
A triple double is when you get 3 stats with double digits, right?
Yeah.
So that you have
Yes.
10 rebounds, 10 blocks, or at least 10
Yes.
rebounds, and it can be any stat.
Or
So-
assists.
So it could be a rebound, it could be assist, it can be a steal, it can be blocks, it could be points, and 10 points or more, or 10 of those 10 steals. What do you remember what the triple double was?
I think he had most of them in rebounds, assists, one was defense. So they changed, but most of them were the same
points?
set. I can't remember which ones
Points,
they were.
maybe?
And points, yes.
Points.
He was putting up big points too.
Points, rebounds, and blocks. That's what I would guess.
Yeah, points and
Or
more points.
It could be assists.
and super points.
He doesn't steal a whole lot, though, I don't think.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of super points either.
The super points, so what is that? That's
So
something.
he also broke Wilt Chamberlain's record with his 8th triple double in this game.
Ooh, and Wilt
What?
Chamberlain is something like he owns all the records.
Yeah.
He likes
So
to
it
play
says
Sonny
here,
Davis
this-
and a little bit of Elvis Presley, probably.
Yeah, it's mostly he owns the licensing to all the records. Let's keep it straight.
He likes
So
the
this triple double
the-
was
the-
sorry, I just want to say quick. Points,
33
rebounds,
and a
and
third.
assists.
points, rebounds, and assists. Okay.
Yep.
I was just going off on
Go ahead.
Wilt Chamberlain's record
Chamberlain.
record collection. What,
He's got Pink Floyd.
What are those 40? Are they 45s?
Yes,
oh,
45.
45s?
Yeah. 33 and a third. Is that
33
another
and
one?
a thirds?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that the smaller?
two-
The smaller
those are the
vinyls.
33 is the big, 45s are the small.
Yeah. 45s
And then
were like
there's
the singles.
98 or 88s or 90. What is the other one?
There's like
Because there's the old style one where you with the big 2 or the horn.
yeah,
the old
and like
style
the other
record
ones
player.
with like the big wax cylinders.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then that's another one.
Okay. Huh.
You ever do that?
I mean, you gotta have a good record player for those, especially like old record vinyls, because you don't want to scratch them up too bad, right?
What does that have to do with sports? Though?
I don't know. We're not a
Wilt
vinyl.
Chamberlain's record collection.
We're not a vinyl.
78.
podcast.
That's the other one.
Oh yeah, that was it. 78.
I had a 78 that was really heavy, and I dropped it and it shattered.
Oh no.
And it was very old and valuable, but oh well.
Okay.
Broke like my heart.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Mostly.
Are we ready to move on to baseball?
Yeah, I'll talk some
do
baseball.
Yeah.
I know so much about baseball.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Dude, so much.
Like the Twins losing 2 and 4 road trip.
Yeah, we just got done with a road trip that
A little tough, huh?
Yeah, there's some issues with some umpiring calls.
We're all in California.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played a three game series against the Dodgers, followed by the Angels. So,
and before that, we played the Padres. Now we're playing the Giants. So we're just playing all the California teams.
Yeah. Yeah. So lost both of the series. Is only taking one game. When some of those umpire calls absolutely were horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was one in the Angels game too that had
no
everyone on Twitter freaking out.
And no one really disagreeing with that either.
No. That's the thing is that it gets really tough and emotional sometimes when our team's getting those bad calls. You know, and it's just it seems to happen. I mean, it happens to other teams. You know.
Okay. I found a scorecard.
A lot to
graph.
Minnesota, it seems.
Actually,
not just the Twins, but all professional sports.
No, but yeah, all of Minnesota, and there. If you look up the ump scorecards so far of all this year in baseball, the ump preferential that is always given on those ump scorecards, the Twins absolutely lead in having the most against them preferential in scorecards.
Getting shafted.
So not just the announcers. We mentioned this before in an episode, right? Maybe a season ago or so. Is that it seems like the announcers have something against not just the Timberwolves, but all of Minnesota sports teams. When we're on national live TV, the sports announcers usually are pretty negative about the Minnesota sports teams that's playing.
Oh yeah.
Because, we go 50 years without,
50 playoff appearances.
50 playoff appearances without getting a win. I mean, it's kind of, with that going on, it is kind of, they have a little bit of a right, I suppose, to, I don't know if right is the right word, but to dog on us. But at the same time, maybe it should give them a little bit more of a chance or forgiveness of being hopefully these underdogs can actually do it, and let's root for the underdog, and let's be on the Minnesota Twins side or Minnesota Vikings side.
Yeah.
Why do they enjoy it as a curse aspect, like you said?
Yeah, but they're also not the same team as the ones they've criticized before. These are different players in a different situation. Why? Sure, the same thing is happening, but you don't know that till it does.
Different coaches,
so why
different
perpetuate?
Organizations,
different
owners,
different stadiums, different. Yeah,
well, they're just dogging on Minnesota at that point.
Yeah.
And it's because maybe it was because what James mentioned earlier in the podcast is because we're spreading our love and they just don't want us to win. Yeah. And it just sucks that it's not just the announcers, but statistically, you're saying that it's also the umps.
Can I tell you?
The authority figures.
Can I tell you what I saw on that fan graph about the ump scorecards? So far collectively in all of baseball, every MLB game this season, there's literally 3 teams that, on the preferential against, only 3 teams had an over 1-run average. Literally every other team except for 3 was no worse than
each other.
Yeah, 0.8 preferential.
So everybody's pretty much right in line except for these 3 teams.
Except for 3 teams. The Asterisks, sitting at average, 1 against. Then the Nationals sitting at 2 against, and then the Twins sitting at 3.5 against.
Huh.
Interesting.
I don't know, dude. It's
that's an interesting group to be lumped into as well.
The Twins, the old Twins, and the Astros.
I'm just thinking right now. I'm like, okay, that also is 2 teams that have won World Series recently, one that cheated in to win one of their World Series, and then a team who hasn't won since '91. So why attack us? Like, I get the other 2; they already won. They don't need theirs again, But no, I'm just being funny about that.
But yeah,
they got something wrong with Minnesota.
It does go to show. I think part of it is maybe people are still the old timers who are announcers are still bitter that the Twins went from worst to winning the championship in '91 because they stuck it in everyone's craw.
Yeah,
they hate it probably.
Yeah,
in '90, weren't they the worst team in baseball?
Yeah. Yeah, that absolutely could be part of it. Absolutely, now that you say that.
They weren't supposed to win, and they did.
Yeah, and we said that they weren't, and they called us out on it.
We had egg on our face.
Yeah, I bet you that's what it is.
Scrambled eggs.
They're holding a grudge. I mean, it makes sense. That makes sense more than anything else. Because, I don't know. So either way,
yeah, it was a rough road
trip, right?
A rough road trip, man. Some horrible, like, pivotal bias at the most. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
And then we dealt with some injuries as well during this road trip. Is that correct? Is that right?
Unfortunately, Nick Gordon took a foul ball against his shin, and like suffered a fracture. So he's going to be probably out for a while.
Oh, poor Flash.
Yeah, Flashy.
And then, go ahead.
Another negative thing is we got screwed in that Yankees game, and Jermaine or whatever his name is, he just finally got ejected from a game for the same instance that happened against us.
Yeah, the instance that Rocco got ejected for.
Yeah, so again, we got screwed because he got to play, but some other team doesn't get screwed because he got ejected.
Yeah.
That's right.
What the fuck? Gruey.
Minnesota sports conspiracy.
Kepler got hurt. It's all right. He's coming back soon, though, I believe.
Yeah, I forget what happened there, but Polanco has some hamstring, maybe something or other, but he's officially on the IL.
Okay.
So
Royce's getting ready.
Oh man, Royce Lewis is he's been on rehab assignment. No.
He's been in
St. Paul.
AAA.
Yes, and I think his rehab assignment officially because he had to go on the 60-day. So his 60-day thing isn't up yet. So that's coming up beginning of June. So like the Twins cannot call him up until that time, and oh boy, he is doing really well down in St. Paul.
That's great. That's good to hear.
So excited for that guy. He's really a stand-up person too, just like super chipper ball player.
Standings. Do we know where we're at all?
I think we got a 3-game lead, sitting at like 521. Winning average. The Twins
ahead of everybody else in our
Twins are leading the Central still.
Okay.
The Central is doing very badly. So
Traditionally, a lot of the divisions that have separation are all tight right now. Like almost no, like even the like Yankees division, which normally has a big separation, almost no division has major separation. It's like the rule change has benefited and gone to the boon of some team. Like it's worked out that's even, really. Like the whole league is almost even at this point.
That's great.
Yeah, like the good teams are doing mediocre and the mediocre teams are doing good, and that like it's really weird. Like even awful teams are doing decent. Like Baltimore
means that all the games are competitive. I'm sure then too.
Yeah,
or at least makes the series is competitive, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, shout out to Willie Castro on the Twins, man. That guy has been I'm sorry, this is just an aside, but he has been a real bright spot in our lineup. He's just like part of our depth, and he has really come through helping out when we've had injuries throughout the beginning of the season, and like especially in some of these losses, man, he has been performing so good at the plate.
That's good.
Really exciting to watch, and like really good base running. Like, man, he's a really fun utility player, and I hope maybe he doesn't go get optioned back down for a while, because I just really enjoy him.
Yeah.
Man.
I just hope the Twins start stealing more bases too.
Oh man, they have been. But yeah,
we're like the lowest in the whole league.
Well, sure, but like I said, they have been. Like we were really aggressive against the Dodgers' backup catcher.
Oh yeah,
Like
Barnes.
dude,
run on Barnes. Yeah. Always run on Barnes. But
they ran on him so much.
It's just interesting because like stealing bases is up amongst the league, and then there's like 4 teams. I think the Dodgers is one of them too, who have just basically not started stealing bases. Like they just haven't done it.
It seems like it's like a easier thing to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and it's not
like
even that these teams are getting caught all the time. It's just they're not doing it.
It's especially if the pitcher disengages, and I also think that it's a lot easier way to fuck with the pitcher, and so then to get the pitcher off,
almost force him
and then
call it
balk
engagement.
Yeah, force him to balk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let him.
And even for the catchers too, because of the pitch clock and all their timing has to be prepared with the pitchers. It's harder for them to throw to second. The base is bigger on second. Like there's all the reasons to steal, and for some reason the Twins are way lower than anyone else. I don't know why they aren't trying it.
They only just started.
The pitchers have been taking advantage of the clock for sure.
Yeah,
like there are times where Joe Ryan will wait until the last second to throw his pitch, and then
he picks his foot up right at that 1 second.
And there's sometimes that he'll pitch it as soon as the batter's ready.
Yeah,
it won't even wait till 8 seconds.
Yeah, it'll be like 12.
Yeah, it's great, and then he'll mix it up.
Yep.
And
I still think Scherzer's one of the best at that right now.
I think that's what you need to do, you know, and then know that that's the case. So then, as the batter needs to play those games as well, and then the runners on base need to play those games because it will make interesting things happen more like they want, and it'll make things a lot more interesting.
It has seemed that the experiment,
home, you know, like if you have bases loaded, why not all 3 of them fuck with the pitcher the whole time?
The Twins did a double steal to home the other day, didn't they?
Everyone's
Wasn't that
doing
a Twins game where they ran to second and delay stealed home? It might have even been against the Dodgers. They ran to second, didn't run from third to home.
Yeah.
Then when they threw the ball, they ran home.
Yeah.
And it was too late to throw the ball back, so they got it was brilliant. You never see that work, and they totally played it out perfectly.
Probably Willie Castro.
But it's just I have heard though that the experiment is working. Baseball has more attention and more intrigue and like even enjoyment, I would say, is up for viewers.
Baseball's
fans
fun
of
again.
the game.
As Brammer said, baseball's fun again.
Yeah. Just gotta get rid of those humps, man.
Yeah.
Just got to get those robots in there.
Robot umps.
They absolutely just need a challenge system of all else.
Yeah. Or challenge, or even just that, because the robot's already there.
Yeah.
And it maybe not even a challenge system where, so when people say challenge system, I always think,
like a scorecard,
NFL.
Where it slows down the game.
Yeah,
you know, where they have to sit there, throw the flag, decide if they're going to throw the flag, the flag, then have the umpires confer and talk about it and look at the thing. You know, if there's a way that they could do a challenge system where it's instantaneous, because it should
be more of a review system.
There's people in the booth.
Exactly.
You know, watching the game already. Why not they, be just right away have the decision if they call a flag on this, we'll already have our decision right away.
Well, they actually have that in soccer where if someone's offsides on a score, they'll actually they'll review it without a challenge in some instances because they already know they're offside.
And you know what's neat about that type of situation, and they do this also with soccer with the ball going out of bounds, is that they have electronic devices measuring what's happening to the ball and to where the player is, and they can see on a computer screen instantaneously if that ball crossed the line. Yep. They're using essentially robot umps.
Yep.
And, they do the same type of thing in cricket.
Yeah. Oh, cricket's the farthest advanced with it all.
Where they use all these analytics to see exactly, they track exactly where the ball is, in the box.
They can
that they're
predict where
throwing.
it goes.
They can, to the
Where
point
it's
where they
gonna
can
go.
predict. Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting and neat. And
How do they predict it?
If they implement stuff like that, then a challenge would be instantaneous and wouldn't take up that time that I'm worried about. A challenge.
Well,
taking up.
Again, it would be a review system, though, not a challenge, because a challenge means the coach has to do it. A review system would be like, let's say, a third strike. A review system set up for third strike. If a third strike's called and they know it's not, they just instantly send down a message, beep, hey, it's not. That's it.
Okay.
That's a review system. There wouldn't even need to be a challenge.
Yeah.
It would just be reviewed instantly and told, hey, nope, go the other way with
I didn't know that there were two different things like that.
Yeah, that would be the difference. A review is looking back at it. A challenge is saying, I disagree, therefore investigate.
Can you have both? Can you compromise and have both?
Yes, I think both should be in the game. But I think for a review system, it should only be third strikes, like
or specific times
fourth ball.
of the game, right?
Because of the ebbs and flows of baseball, I think it should work all fourth balls or third strikes. Because who knows, man? Bases loaded second inning might be the time that it mattered in the ninth.
How about all balls and all strikes?
Yeah,
all pitches
then that's
just
robot
be
umps.
reviewed.
Yeah, there's robot umps.
Wow.
Pure robot umps. Then
I mean,
I'm for that. I'm all for that.
We can have the ump still stand there behind the plate.
He has plenty to do, even if he's not calling balls.
Yeah,
and
there's
strikes,
a lot.
trust me.
Just take a little bit off his plate. He's already got too
That's what I
much.
think.
He's already got too much to do.
They can get back to their gambling on games, right?
Well,
They're busy scheduled gambling on games.
That if you listen to this podcast, that is something that we've brought up a couple times. Where we're like with all the gambling. Bally Sports. That's a gambling company.
Absolutely.
But I digress.
DraftKings, FanDuel, all that garbage.
Well, FanDuel doesn't have their own sport channel yet.
No, but they're owned by the sports teams. They're owned by like the networks that broadcast and the teams and the leagues own them together.
Oh boy,
it's a scam.
Should we move on?
Let's do it.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know.
The NHL, the Wild are still not playing in the playoffs. We thought that possibly they'd be able to get back in after getting out, but
I was hoping
they'd
they'd disqualify the Dallas Stars and make them turn into the North Stars again, but that never happened.
No, that's not something.
But the Golden Knights are playing the Dallas Stars currently.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I hope Dallas Stars never get to play Legend of Zelda.
Wow,
dude, absolutely.
Wow,
absolutely.
They don't deserve it.
That's a big thing to take away from them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I said it.
Yikes.
I said it.
Okay, he did say it. Do you want to take it back?
The other
take
night
That's
in
fine.
NHL,
I hate
Carolina Hurricanes and the Florida Panthers played a 4 overtime game.
Oh man.
Which
That's
went
longer
into, I
than
believe they
ours.
said something. Huh?
That was longer than what we did. The Wild and Stars. Dang.
Yes. They, I think, went into the 75th minute of game time, which would be almost
5 minutes of hockey.
And I think in actual time, it was something like over 4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a night game too. So like it went late on the East Coast, like fucking late at night.
Is the
and then the
series over?
The Panthers won in overtime, and they actually sent out releases to the fans that were permission slips to be late to work the next day or miss. Like they actually created a thing and were like, put your name here and send this to your work, and as an excuse of why you're late or tired or what. Like I love when teams do that because that's fucking
cute.
clever and cute.
Yeah, I like that.
But
that's
yeah,
fun.
that's the 6th longest game in NHL history.
That is wild. What is the longest? How long is the longest?
Would have been a really old game. I think it was like, God, it went. I think they stopped the game. It went on so long, and they started it later because it went like it was. I can't. God, I wish I remember
they had to
the
break
details
for
to
lunch.
this. They had to fuck. No, they had to break for breakfast. It went that late. Like they literally were like, we can't let you keep playing. It's too late at night. You got to get some sleep. pause the game, we'll pick it up later. Like that's the longest game in NHL history. Did that?
They're like, let's play like cricket. Let's play cricket
Yeah,
style.
let's play multiple
cricket
games.
style of hockey. Any other hockey news?
The golfer that we got, Brock
Lesnar?
No.
He was a gopher.
Yeah.
That's true. He was a gopher. He was a wrestler. But
do you think they know?
And
each
he was
other?
a Viking.
Yeah.
But whatever. The gopher guy though, his sounds like he's gonna commit full time to being like one of our future stars. He's putting in the work already for next season. So
Nice.
I go him.
Yeah. He did really good when he debuted in that Stars.
Dude, he was amazing.
Yeah,
he was one
for
of our
sure.
main like guys who actually produced in the postseason compared to our stars.
Mhm.
You know,
And
so
like
go-
when he's
go him.
debuting too, like I'm glad he's sticking around for sure.
Yeah. Yep. So go hockey.
Good news. Good news.
Good news.
We are the heart. We are the soul. We are the spirit of this place. We are the elite.
AEW Wrestling. The boys are back in town. The boys are back. I should have had that song like ready to go. The Hangman.
Who's that?
Hangman and the Elite and Kenny Omega got back together, and they're friends again.
They've reunited.
The storyline keeps on trucking, and the
Blackpool Combat Club.
Blackpool Combat Club with
The
John
Black
Moxley
Rebel
and
Border
Casanoli.
Poker Club.
And Wheeler Yuta and Danielson. They came in saying that they're the elite of AEW, and the elite did not like it. So
they're going to fight about it.
And then Don Callis is 2-bit motherfucker and stabbed Kenny in the back.
He's a stabber. He's a stabber.
And there's
Dude,
there's a lot of storyline going on, and I hope I didn't spoil anything for
I
anybody.
don't know why they let people do
couple weeks.
stabbings on wrestling.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's weird, man.
You know what's weird to me?
I can go for some
wrestling?
hardcore matches, but the stabbings.
The blood is. I mean, like it's gross to me. It's really gross. I don't want.
I love the blood.
I don't want other people's blood on me.
I mean, there's blood, but then there's like color. You know, when people are just trying to get going.
No, I'm not saying that they should stop it. I like it. You know, I think it adds.
You just mean for you personally.
I just think that blood's gross, and I can't believe people are okay with other people's blood on them, let alone sweat.
I mean, I just like blood that happens when
Sweat's
it's not
gross.
from stabbing.
Other people's sweat is gross too. Like bodily fluids. Other people's bodily fluids is gross to me.
Why are they fluiding all over each other's?
Yeah,
So they're just
gross.
They're just like, hey, bro, you got some fluids?
It's just
They're
really.
like,
Dax got spit in the face the other day. I mean, so many
Yuck.
fluids.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Which is
And then there was that
fluids you
one
want?
time that
Other
Jeff
people-
Hardy threw pee in the face of
Ew.
Edge.
Ew. It's other people's DNA.
Yeah.
Ick. Ick. Okay.
I did want to
so-
bring up with AEW. It sounds like Collision. Well, it doesn't sound like Collision has been announced, so there will be another show.
AEW Collision is going to be. So they've never called one of their pay-per-views Collision before, have they?
No, this is its own fresh, brand new thing.
So this is a brand new pay-per-view.
It's a TV show.
Oh, it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a Saturday TV show.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were talking about the Wembley thing. No, okay. Collision.
No, that's all in.
So there's going to be a brand new TV show called Collision on Saturdays.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so then
AEW
okay.
is going to be on TV on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday?
Wednesday,
Yep.
Friday,
For 5
and Saturday
hours?
on TV, and then on Monday they got the YouTube show, and Tuesday they got Dark.
Yeah, those
So
are going
the
away.
YouTube
though.
shows are over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going away because of this.
Because
kind
of Collision,
yeah,
they're getting rid
resources
of-
are going
Because-
into that.
Because Discovery wants all of their content to be broadcast on their sources now and nothing given away for quote unquote free.
So no more free, quote unquote, free YouTube shows.
No free wrestling.
No. There'll just be the vlogs now.
What?
Yeah, this was Discovery's call.
Which I wonder if at some point that they'll take the vlogs away too.
I bet they try.
I think that's they have that in their contracts. They can do that.
Okay.
Because WWE had the opposite.
Okay.
They were able to take that away because it wasn't in their contract.
Because I know those companies why
are they always trying to steal
swallowing up
vlogs?
other stuff.
Well,
Companies
the difference
always
is
trying
though
to
that
take vlogs away.
Yeah. The difference was though that WWE was the one making that call, not NBC or well, and I guess no one owned. Well, yeah, I guess NBC. NBC and Fox own their rights to broadcast, but they don't have the rights to this contracts with the team or the players.
It's interesting.
I'm just mad anyone would want there to be less vlogs in the world. This is really upsetting, guys.
Well, WWE was taking away Twitch, basically anything that wasn't officially sanctioned WWE product. They took it away from them for a while. They're only just now letting some people have their stuff back.
WWE hates America.
Yeah.
Simply
they even
put.
fired someone for having an OnlyFans. That wasn't even new.
Simply put.
They like the Saudis.
Yeah, they love the Saudis. And UFC.
So it's great to get another show, but it's kind of concerning that they're getting rid of, free stuff. But
well, it sounds like Rampage is going to be the show to replace, at least content-wise, what Dark and Elevation were. So that's where the new guys are going to get their starts. Is going to be on Rampage for now on.
Rampage
Collision's going to be a basically Dynamite 2.
Oh, okay.
Peter Avalon's
because
going to
that'll
be
be
on
live.
Ring of Honor.
Okay, Collision will be live.
Watching.
Yep. 2-hour show live Saturday nights.
And then you brought up a great point. When is Ring of Honor happening?
Ring of Honor is Thursday nights, broadcast on ROH stream.
On ROH stream.
Because that's a separate company, and that's not owned by Discovery.
Is that live?
No, that's pre-recorded in chunks.
Why does Discovery have their hands in stuff with AEW?
Because they bought it.
Did they?
Because they bought
Probably.
they own Warner and Turner and they own all. For some reason, Discovery turned out to be the one on top of this media conglomerate instead of it being like Warner Brothers on top or Turner Broadcasting on top. Discovery was the one who had the extra money and bought out everyone. Because even HBO Max is combining with Discovery's app to become a new app instead of it going into HBO Max.
It's just
it's so weird.
It's just so confusing to me where the ownership lies with a product like AEW, which has, its own. It has live shows with people doing basically sporting stuff.
It's all about the broadcast rights. That's what.
Yeah, but does TNT do this to the NBA?
Yeah, they have the rights to decide details about certain games they own.
I suppose.
They can give up the rights to a game and take another if they want.
So they own the broadcast of it, and Tony Khan doesn't own the broadcast of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why they can
the only
black out
difference is
Twins games in my area.
NBA is in cahoots with TNT, and that's why it's commonly on TNT. They actually have an agreement to work together. Because NBA owns all the rights, but they've subleased them to TNT. It's weird. It's the contract stuff in that is insane to really look into. Because
it's a bunch of made up stuff, really.
Okay, so
it is all made up.
Video games are the new.
Sounds like made up stuff for people that don't have any talent to claim,
to make their own stuff. Yeah.
So the new AEW video game is coming out soon.
It's going to be
June 29th.
26th.
Yeah, good luck.
Or
People still
26th.
playing Zelda.
It's coming out next month.
Yes, I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to play a video game
So
again.
better get done with Zelda in a month.
Dude, only speedrunners going to be playing that game. Because they're the only ones going to be done with that game, that massive game, in a month.
As in Zelda.
Yeah.
As Zelda.
So
that'll be.
I just want to say with Collision though, before we move on to
sure.
anything else. Collision. It sounds like everyone predicted or was saying that they believed CM Punk was going to be the star of Collision or would re-premiere at the next Collision or the first
CM
Collision
Punk's supposed to
episode.
be coming back. Did we mention that before?
Well, I just read that Ace Steel is not getting rehired, and Ace Steel was the guy that was in the fight with Punk on Punk's side. He's the one who bit someone, Ace Steel. He was a background person for AEW.
Yeah.
What did he do for AEW?
He was like a coach / like, behind the scenes guy, wore a headset, that type of position.
Really good friends with Punk.
Yeah,
and he's like best friends with Punk. So I guess they released him. They did not let him come back on. They fully have parted ways with Ace. And that's why it seems that Punk's been whining that he's not coming back, is because they're still in negotiation to bring Punk back. And he's put up an ultimatum. You either bring back, from what it sounds like, you bring back Ace Steel or I don't come back.
Okay, see ya.
So that's why there's been no movement with the Punk thing and why he keeps saying he's not coming. Because I think
interesting.
That's the reality. And no one knew that until like yesterday.
That would make sense.
But at the same time,
if he did do that.
Punk absolutely thinks that he is simultaneously doing a work and not doing a work.
He does. He's insane.
They call that working himself into a shoot.
Yes,
oh, really?
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes, that's exactly what that is.
That's the term.
Working himself into a shoot.
Yep.
Huh.
Isn't that weird?
I haven't heard that before.
Yep.
Do you understand what that means, like,
No.
fully?
Not
So
really.
working would mean that you're doing kayfabe. You're playing
doing
kayfabe.
work.
So he's working the kayfabe element, but then he's doing it so well, he's believing in it to then promote reality. So he's doing kayfabe and accidentally tricking himself into believing it, and then he's coming out with his true feelings, aka the shoot. The shoot means reality. So he's working himself into a shoot. He's literally believing his own kayfabe and then telling reality based off the fake story he created.
Weird.
Yep.
Like, that's exactly what's happening. And it's like unbelievable that a guy in the industry so long is doing this to himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's so flooring. I just don't get it.
Anytime he mentions anything, I just dude, like, you're just digging yourself more of a grave. I'm not for him. I don't really like him, from what I've seen,
But Daniel
I don't know him.
Yeah,
but
Pepsi Man.
But some of the things that he says absolutely reminds me of some the people that I've dealt with in the past that do a lot of gaslighting or manipulation, and it's just like, dude, like, just stop talking.
Yeah.
If you want to come out of this as, at least a little
intact, even just intact,
not just a fully negative viewpoint of everybody against you, stop talking.
Yeah.
Save yourself some breath.
Yeah, I think he's a narcissist with a Napoleon complex. Like, he literally, and by that I mean his star has shrunk so much that he thinks he's so big, but he's not anymore, and he's fighting back against that. And then he also believes he's the best, but that's not the case anymore. He's full of yes men around him. Like,
I mean, that's kind of the way it's coming off.
Yeah, absolutely. And
without knowing who he is or having interactions with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And before this AEW contract, that's not how he came off on the internet before. Like, he would seem to be almost humble in some senses, but I think he, again, worked himself into a shoot about his own stardom. Like, he was like, oh, I'm the best. And now he's like, I'm not the best, but I'm going to fight back that I am the, like,
well, why don't people believe me?
Yeah, why is anyone against me, but yet all these internet trolls are for me, huh? Yeah, see, I'm popular. Well, no, that's not what that means.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It's disappointing.
This sucks.
Because the guy
is disappointing.
I'll give him credit that the guy is good at creative and he can work, but like, he's not working any better getting older, and he's now stifling creativity because of the narcissism. Like, his start into AEW was great until he didn't let MJF win the dog collar match. That was the moment I said he's now stifled creativity.
Yeah.
Because that was a moment to do fresh, new creative thing. And he went with, I'm too good to lose. so thus I don't. And that was the worst creative decision they could have made with his character.
It was weird.
Yeah. And then him winning the title, and then him getting hurt, and then him getting it back, and then him getting the fight. It's just like, come on, dude. Stop it.
All this is because Punk was not good enough to beat Breath of the Wild. So like he had to make it like it's not because he can't do it, it's because this is a dumb game, you know. So then he's got to like do his thing, and he's trying to like ruin everybody's life because he knows that like, oh, I'm not gonna play a new Zelda game because I just didn't play the first one. And so like
there's a lot like
that's
that.
what he's doing. That's like he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand Zelda, and that's why he just won't go away because like he's not playing Zelda, obviously.
Just stop talking about him.
If he was, we wouldn't be hearing from him.
Just stop talking to him. That's what he's asking. Just stop talking about me.
Well, I got a way we can do that. So New Japan Strong was this weekend here in LA.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I didn't see the full results because the match I was most into was Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale.
Ooh, how did that go?
Willow Nightingale was there.
And and everyone anticipated that Moné would win the championship.
Absolutely.
And in the shock of the century, Willow Nightingale pinned Mercedes Moné to win the Strong Women's Championship.
Wow. Willow Nightingale? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
wow.
Champion.
That is how you extend creative to another person, right?
Totally.
That's what Punk should have done with MJF, like you said. That's exactly that's exactly it. That's because Moné, of course, has all the eyes on her. Because everybody, she hasn't had a match since she's been at New Japan, has she? Or maybe
she had a couple matches. But she won the women's championship and then lost it, and so she was going to win this championship. It was believed. But so she's had only a couple matches.
But and since she came from WWE and she's Snoop Dogg's, she's Snoop Dogg's cousin, and she's really big and famous.
Big profile.
She's big profile. She's a big person, and. Willow wins. That's awesome.
Yep.
Good
There's
for
a
her.
chance, and this goes back again to the Punk thing. I can make the same argument here. It sounds like there's a chance that there was a decision made at the last second to let Willow win because Mercedes broke her ankle during the match.
Oh no!
Which it sounds, if you remember, the Hangman versus CM Punk match, Punk broke his foot.
Yeah.
Couldn't even do the buckshot lariat that he'd been teasing that he was going to do the whole time. He went to do it and hurt his foot and couldn't do it because his foot was hurt.
But that was going to be the big. That was going to be the big move to take out Hangman, and Punk would win.
It looked horrible.
But it looked horrible.
Punk knew he was hurt and didn't make the audible that I should lose again. And made sure he won, knowing he was fucking hurt.
Absolutely, because what happened? Happened after he won? The
next day, or no, the next 2 days later, he went and wrestled in L.A. Jumped in the crowd, hurt his foot more, wrestled a match, completely annihilated his foot, and had to give it up that Friday. Less than a week later, he gave up the championship.
Sounds so good for creative.
Yeah, all he had to do is go, I'm hurt, never mind, don't let me win the championship. But no.
But Moné did the right thing, and was like,
it sounds like. We don't know the full story, but that's what it sounds like.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, good for her.
So,
That's
go Willow.
Awesome. Yeah, go Willow.
Rise that star.
Also, go Mercedes Moné, and hopefully you feel better soon. Ankle break can't
go
be...
Speed Racer. And...
Can't be good. And go Fuzzy Memory Trivia.
Let's do it.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory Trivia.
This is Fuzzy Memory Trivia. This is when I ask the house a question, and they answer that question with an answer. It's sports-related trivia. If they get the question correct, then they will get a point. If they get the question wrong, then they get 0 points. Currently, the score is 5-4 Jamez.
Yep, Jamez in the lead.
And my phone just died, so I gotta find another way to find some questions.
I hope they're all Zelda questions since we've established that Zelda is a sport.
Good luck.
Should we? Should we just do some Zelda questions?
Let's do it.
No, I'd have
Let's
to
make two Zelda episodes in a row.
What? Keep going, guys.
All right, Zelda trivia. Go for it. Your funeral.
I gotta get this all going here.
So I had the other day, speaking of fuzzy memory trivia, I had one of the security guards at Dodger Stadium that I'm friendly with. He was talking to me about how long I'd been growing up my hair and all this stuff, and he was rolling up on his cart as I was walking to my car, and so we're having this nice little conversation, and then I'm like, okay, well, nice talking to you, and then he looks over at my car and he goes, hey, you got a sticker on the front of your car that says you're a world champion. That doesn't look like a Dodger one though. What's that about? And I said, oh, and I explained,
are you
I'm
serious?
a world champion, and yeah, because I have a fuzzy memory trivia trophy on the front of my car. And he asked me about it, and I explained the podcast, the fuzzy memory trivia and all that. And I said, yeah, I mean, along with being a world champion with the Los Angeles Dodgers, I'm a world champion of fuzzy memory trivia.
It's true.
And he thought that was pretty funny.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
it is
he
fun.
liked that.
It is funny.
I even told him he too could be a world champion if he went to FuzzJockRadio.com, FuzzTalkRadio, or FuzzTalkShop.com and bought himself a fuzzy memory trivia
That's
item.
great.
Talking, rocking, jacking, shopping.
That is so...
And also, now that I have stickers and magnets, I can give them to him too. Thank you, Fuzzy.
Yeah, that's great.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Thanks, Jamez.
You guys, in the future, need to remind me to push the talk button.
Yeah, press the talk button.
Did you push talk button?
Yeah, I did now. So
okay,
sorry,
now we're live.
Sorry, everybody that's been listening. You haven't heard us, so I'm
lol.
Have they heard the sounders at least?
Yeah, they at least hear the sounders.
That's all that matters.
And this is why sometimes you need to listen live, because you find out that we're not talking to. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, fuzzy memory
podcast.
Fuzzy memory trivia. I just wish people, if you are listening live and you realize that we're not live, just hit us up and let us know.
Nah, it's cooler when we do it for an hour and then figure it out. Because you see, the thing is, trivia. You know that?
Yeah, I'm still getting the.
Did you know there's an episode of Bob's Burgers where they go to trivia?
Yes.
As a date, and it's horrible.
Did you know there's an episode of other shows?
There's other shows?
Yeah. They have
I thought there's only Bob's Burgers.
What, dude?
Wait, speaking of, now that I get to bring this up,
okay.
There's an episode of Bob's Burgers that recently came out that's about wrestling.
Nice.
And it's not only just about wrestling. There's this thing called kaiju wrestling, where it's people dressed as giant monsters wrestling. Mm-hmm. The episode of Bob's Burgers is about them doing that specific kind of wrestling.
Oh, funny.
So it's like the most catered thing to me ever. I love it. It's such a good episode. And it's literally the whole plot of the episode is them developing their characters and coming up with their moves and executing them doing kaiju wrestling. It's my favorite thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I love it so much. I love everything.
It's got this game where you do like Monster Rancher, but with kaiju. It's pretty sweet.
Do you have a Mankato Brewery sweatshirt on?
Oh, yeah. You ever heard of them?
I haven't seen a Mankato Brewery insignia in a long time.
Not sponsored, but they're
not sponsored. Not at all sponsored.
It is a good business.
Yeah.
Good people work there.
They still do shows?
Yeah, they still do some music on
as long as there's music.
Tuesdays on tap, I believe.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well,
You've got a youngster. Did you know they've created a trampoline for kids to learn gymnastics with?
Really?
It's like a smaller version, like the big trampolines with the big tall walls and all that.
Yeah.
They've got a smaller version with a less big wall for smaller people, and it has a bar on the top of it so that they can do like the bar moves and not fall and get hurt.
Wow.
That's cool.
My nephews just got one, and I watched them use it, and I was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever been invented for kids.
That's a lot of questions.
Anyway, yeah, let's go.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh yeah.
Like this. There you go, Breb.
Here we go. Fuzzy memory trivia. Like I said, this is when I ask the guys a question, they answer with an answer. And with 5 points for J-Maz, 4 points for C-Dubs. And here is the questions. In the Legend of Zelda, or how do you? I can't. Ocarina of Time. Link plays a sport-like minigame to wake up Talon. What is this sport?
Well, I don't know.
Is it polo?
Chicken catching.
Oh, that's right. The what are the chickens called? No, that's Final Fantasy I'm thinking of. Anyway, go ahead.
What sport does the minigame foot race with Tingle in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask resemble?
Relay?
Hurdles.
Racing or sprinting?
Nice.
If Link were to participate in the Olympic Games, which event might he excel at given his use of a certain item in the series known as the hook shot? You're incorrect, C-Dubs. You already answered.
What?
J-Maz?
What is this?
You want me to
Yeah.
If Link were to participate in the Olympic Games, which event might he excel at given his use of a certain item in the series known as the hook shot?
Shot put.
Pole vaulting.
What? No.
If we
he used it to launch over things.
No.
If we compare the sport of golf to a Legend of Zelda game, which game would that be due to its gameplay that involves hitting an object into a distant hole?
The Gorgons?
J-Maz?
The Legend of Zelda.
Is that it?
Yeah. Okay. Am I right?
No, you need to finish the Twilight Princess due to the minigame Roll Goal.
I never heard of it.
In The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, Link uses a leaf to glide through the air. What Olympic sport might this be compared to?
Parasailing.
How does he? Golf.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Ski jumping.
Really?
Oh,
I don't think parasailing is an Olympic sport, unfortunately.
Could be, though, if you wanted it.
Well, is it?
No,
though?
ski jumping is good. That's good. Yeah, that makes sense.
In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Link often has climbed tall mountains and structures. What sport does that mostly closely resemble?
Mountain climbing.
Or
climbing.
Or rock climbing, yes.
Rock climbing, that's what I meant.
We'll give C-Dubs a point for that one.
Good job.
Yeah, there you go. In The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, there is a beaver race minigame. Which swimming stroke might this most closely resemble, given the swimming mechanics of Link in his Zora form?
Breaststroke.
What's the?
It's a butterfly.
Butterfly.
Butterfly is correct. I don't know if anybody gets points for that one. Because J-Maz said the wrong point.
Jay said it. I did the action for it.
Which competitive equestrian sport is similar to the horseback archery challenge Link faces in various Zelda games?
Polo.
This is archery. It's archery. Right?
Show jumping.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
In The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a mini game where Link has to knock over pots with a ball. What sport might this be linked
bowling.
to?
It's bowling.
C-Dubs.
He's fast.
He is fast. In the Goron races found in The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which Winter Olympic sport does this mini game closely resemble?
Luge.
Correct.
What?
And that's...
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah.
It's really funny as I've never played that game. I just have seen gameplay.
C-Dubs
no one's
7.
ever actually played that game, though.
J-Maz 5. So that's Fuzzy Memory Trivia. Was there anything that we didn't discuss?
We didn't discuss all the answers that
you wanted to talk about?
I got right.
Yeah.
I did want to discuss.
It's pretty cool, though, huh? That's pretty neat that happened.
No.
Yeah, I like that there were
points.
sports-related Zelda questions.
I asked the AI sports-related Zelda questions, and that's what it came up with.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's
I
what
love
happened.
that actually worked.
Just to, to show where the magic comes from.
I didn't like the way it didn't give me points, though.
Yeah, well,
AI is flawed in that manner.
It happens sometimes.
Wait, are you saying that robot umps could possibly be wrong?
If they don't give me points.
Well, that's why you need. That's why you need human oversight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
What? Did we miss
I don't need
anything
no
else?
oversight, dang it.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up again, since we happen to all be living in the time of the current greatest baseball player of all time,
Shohei
Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed be his name.
Blessed be his name.
The Twins seems to have figured out his Achilles heel.
Yeah, it's up and in.
Up and in, which is interesting because that was Bellinger's Achilles heel, and he never was able to fix it.
Why is everyone putting their Achilles heel in the same place?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's the silly thing to do.
Yeah, they struck him out a couple times.
Yeah, and I looked on more. That does, other teams didn't consistently do it, but that seems to be the trick. Like if he's, because in other games where he's killing a team, that's the pitch he'll strike out on when they finally get him.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet he corrects that.
That's what Joe Ryan was doing to him.
Dude, don't tell everyone.
Oh,
don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Oh, man.
Censor this part.
Future Twins legend Shohei Ohtani.
Right? Did you see that? C-Dubs? We didn't talk about that. The
Twins
Twins are on.
talk about this. Okay.
The Twins are on. the list of
For the
where
trade?
he's going to go. Yeah,
For trade or signing?
signing or trading.
Trade.
Who knows?
Trade.
Who knows?
Trade. Yeah.
It's going to be future Hall of Famer, Twins Hall of Famer, Shohei Ohtani.
Future
Twins legend
fucking
Shohei
number
Ohtani?
retired across the league.
Yeah. They should be doing it already.
He should just be on everybody's team. They should
Oh yeah, that's right. We went
do-
over this. We're gonna retire his number every game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, have we talked about the possibility of how high his contract can go yet? I just want to bring
Like
it up
50
quick.
million, but it's still going up, right?
How much did you say?
No, I said 50 million like AAV, but like it's like 500 million. But
So
it's probably going up.
I've heard that through the
600
grapevine
million.
that the Mets might possibly offer him $800 million
Yeah.
for not even 10 years.
Yeah.
How does that money even exist?
It doesn't.
Exactly.
At that level, it doesn't. It's like numbers on a hard drive.
Yeah.
What is he going to do with all that money?
That's a
I
good
don't
question.
know.
That's a great question. But
Figure out how to make it exist somehow.
I do think it will be funny though if they offer him that much and he still doesn't sign with them.
Yeah.
Because it'll prove he's not in it just for the money.
Dude.
Because he did that when he first signed in America. He had an agent who tried pushing him to a major franchise, and he chose to play more and get paid less to play more and prove who he was than just take a cash grab and play on the greatest team that he could find. So I actually got to give him props on that. He's into proving himself. Because he chose to play in the American League so he could bat every game and pitch every fifth game.
Or Tampa Bay offers a lot of money and he goes there because there's no taxes on it.
But no one goes to Tampa game.
Yeah, no one
I
likes
don't
him.
know. Maybe he wants to make his money without any taxes. I don't know Shohei Ohtani. I don't know what he's thinking.
That's true.
Probably thinking about the Twins. If I were him, I'd be thinking about the Twins.
I would, me too.
But no,
I'd go
what I heard was likely just rumors. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about it.
That's all you gotta say about it.
I just still can't believe we live in the time with Shohei Ohtani. It's insane.
It's pretty awesome.
It's
really good.
So unbelievable the shit that guy does.
He is the best
Ever.
ever.
Period. Dot. The end.
Anything else? Anything else? You
Tired.
got anything going on this week, J-Maz? What do you got going on?
Yeah, it's really Zelda.
You gonna play some Zelda?
Yeah.
That about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. C-Dubs, you gonna go pick up a Switch and get some Zelda in you?
Nah.
I'm going to karaoke more.
Yeah.
No, that'll be fun.
Yeah. What are you gonna
I
do?
actually have a coworker coming over Thursday. We're going to listen to music together, and then I'm going to try and convince him to do karaoke with me also.
Interesting.
What are you gonna do?
How about you, Fuzz?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah. You
What,
going to
Zelda?
karaoke Zelda songs?
Dude, that'd be dope.
I don't know. I'm gonna do some fuzzy stuff, a little bit of fuzzy things. Go to Kansas City, and I'll see you guys in the future.
Welcome to FuzzJockRadio.
I think we all lead in a different way. My main leadership style is going to lead by example, but I recognize now that I have to be able to grow as a leader, be able to be more vocal.
I caught a 10-pound bass at my in-laws' place in Valdosta, and yeah, you put me on a pond, and I'll outfish you for sure.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to support, head on over to our shop, FuzzTalkShop.com. That's FuzzTalkShop.com. Buy yourself a hoodie or t-shirt. We even have mugs and stickers. From all of us over at Fuzz Talk Radio, we appreciate your support.